should say good evening, but actually it's good night. Not that we're going to sleep, but I'm out here with my South Central team under Commander Wynn and Assistant Chief Region 2 Rodriguez. But more importantly, here with, and I wanted y'all to step, I don't want to block y'all, step up, okay? Community members. As we know, we had a meeting on Thursday to address concerns up and down emancipation in this specific area. And what I've learned in 34 years of policing, you don't set plans until you talk to community members, because the only way that you're going to address true problems and crime and quality of life issues are working with the community, hearing them. And I told them there would be some changes, immediate changes, and just here in a few seconds, I want Commander to step up and say what happened on the first night. But as I promised, and we're going to get back together, the same community, probably the same location or a different location, to talk about results, how we're doing, what we need to tweak, but a message to everybody. Everybody needs to be good neighbors. If you're opening up a business, and I'm not standing here and talking negative about any business right now, I'm just putting everybody on notice. If you're in the city of Houston and you're conducting business, you can be a club, a bar, a convenience store, whatever business, you need to be a good neighbor. We don't have zoning in our city. And that's another issue that political leaders need to address at some point. But as we go day by day in the city, and as there's more development, more housing coming in, more residential coming in, at the same time, you get entertainment establishments coming in. We all have to be good neighbors. And let me address the criminal element. You think that we just gonna stand by and let you drive down the streets, shooting guns, discharging weapons, and shooting at people? We're not gonna tolerate that. I've been very successful, and not just me, my entire team. When we step our feet into a particular neighborhood, we have good results, and that's what we're here tonight. It's the start of it. We have our staffing issues, but I'm not one to make excuses. I listen to people, and I just want to thank all of our community members for being honest. Y'all were at the meeting, y'all heard the same concerns that I heard. But you know what? Now it's time to put a plan in place and execute. Execute that with the community members so we can make it a better place to live, because the ultimate goal, I want, if people want to walk down the street in the evenings or at night, I want them to be able to do that. I want them to be able to get sleep. Just because the club is down the street on the same block, that doesn't mean that you should not be able to get rest when you need rest. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able, to hear all these gunshots and all that. That's just a bunch of foolishness, and we're not going to stand by it. But look, I just wanted to be out here to show the unity and also progress. And I promised everybody there will be progress, and it will be. But Commander, please just update us on a few notes what happened on the first night.
So in the last, about 24 hours, we've teamed up with Traffic Enforcement's DBI Task Force and South Central CST, which is a crime suppression team, and our DRT, which is our differential response team. So far, we've gotten 3 assault rifles and 3 pistols off the streets. We've done numerous traffic stops, including 20 citations for parking. We've towed 6 cars. We've also wrote multiple citations for other traffic violations. So the guys are out here. We're out here, and we're gonna make sure, to make this place a safe place for the community.
Thank you, Sonny. I should say, Commander, we've been knowing each other for a long time, and there's first name basis as well. So look, and we're gonna open up for a few questions, but what's gonna happen tonight, I plan to be out here for a number of hours. I wanna get out on foot, talk to some of the managers, the club owners, and even some of the convenience stores. I just want them to work together. I had one resident just point out a location just over here. We need more lights over here. Maybe it needs to be fenced off. Just those small things. Listening to community members that make things better. And that's why we're out here tonight, okay? But questions?
So you touched on this a little bit just now, but what will tonight look like? I know you said you're going to be visiting with some of the bar owners, that sort of thing.
I just basically want to get around. I want to hit the streets with community members, walk some of these blocks, listen to them. They live here, okay? I've been a lifelong resident and I know the city, but it's not like living here on this particular block or these particular blocks where the problems are occurring. You got to listen to people. And you got to listen to them with tough skin. Don't get so upset and make excuses and stuff. Let's have some solutions, and that's what we're doing tonight.
Do you know roughly
okay?
how many officers are going to be patrolling the 3rd Ward here?
Well, you see probably about 15 right here, but it's going to be a lot more. And you know, it's not my practice to give specific numbers, but it's going to be a lot more, and you're going to see it because that was the #1 complaint from our citizens. They want to see more officers. And my challenge is, as a police chief, is to make sure that we can have visibility out there. But you hear the calls dropping right now. You hear the sirens. That don't stop. So we have to handle the calls for service, but at the same time, work with our community members and be proactive and build those strong relationships, because when people see patrol cars, it's just an added sense of security, you know, and we don't just want to be patrolling. We want to be proactive in our patrolling, okay? Next question.
For those asking, well, what about my neighborhood? I don't stay in South Central area. What about like outside of 3rd Ward, like Green Point?
You know I love all Houston, and we love all Houston. And you know there is a staffing shortage, but we're going to continue to monitor our stats and look at our hot spots, and we'll deploy officers as we see fit. But at the same time, I want to always tell citizens, and being true about it, we got to do something about our staffing. We really do in this city. The mayor has asked for a lot of support, city council, and they're giving us support, but make sure that we have funding sources to keep those academies rolling. More officers coming in. Everybody's having problems getting officers, getting cadets in the academy. We've been doing pretty good here, but we got to keep that going, and it's going to take funding. So, okay? What else? I'd like for one community member to stand up and step up and say a few words. I don't know who that's going to be. Is it you, ma'am? All right. Congratulations.
Unwilling volunteer. Good night, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming out here to our community. We love 3rd Ward. I've been a resident over here for over 40 years myself, and we love having our new residents like Raven, the president of RCA, Riverside Civic Association, and we want them to stay. We don't want them to run away because of crime. Look, you can have your business, you can run your business, but as the chief said, you got to be a good neighbor. And teamwork makes the dream work, baby. So when you come in over here and you want us to support your business, show us you support our community, and we'll be there for you.
Yep. All right. It's time to go to work, but the last thing I want to say, change is not going to happen overnight, okay? And we're out here, but a lot of times, I'm not one chief who point fingers at people and be negative, but I do speak factual, okay? A lot of times in the areas, it's people that don't even live over here, but you're coming over here to have a good time, and that's perfectly fine. But don't come over here to do crime acting, I almost said something, okay? Don't come over here acting a knucklehead. We'll clean it up like that, okay? But it's time for us to get out and walk around and get some work done out here. But thank y'all for being here, okay? Thank you. All right?